Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, it's a formation, this, Jim, with a packed midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, and it allows for a lot of flexibility, Peter. You know, combative without the ball, expansive with it. It's a system that's naturally going to ask an awful lot from your central striker, but also for anyone positioned out wide. You're the key supply route, and at the same time, the defensive cover. So, effectively, you're the lungs and legs of the team.
So it's down to business here. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
How can you overlook a player who has a name like this guy, Xavi Simons? He plays on either wing or as a false nine. He's quick, he's versatile, he's hard-working, he's coachable. They all say he has a great footballing IQ. And he's one of those catch-me-if-you-can types.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Simons. Xavi Simons, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Gets a good foot in there. Simons. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Aimed beyond the defence. Cross into the box. It's a really well-measured ball. And he's managed to get free.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
And he's managed to gift it back. Xavi Simons plays a sharp little ball here. And this is Berbatov. And here's Xavi Simons. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Southampton are looking to go forward now. Now that looks a decent ball. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. He's in plenty of space here. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Knocks it into space.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
That's a pretty loose pass. Berbatov, and Berbatov! It's hit the upright. Goal, Milan! Reinders duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Just eases him off the ball. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Simons. This looks promising. Distributed tidily. He's having a hit! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Now here's the delivery. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Haaland. And that's really well manoeuvred. He's shifting through the gears here. And a chance! Looked to surprise the keeper, but missed the target.
Well, the correct option was taken in the circumstances. The correct execution wasn't.
Southampton are very well equipped down the flanks. It is a tried and tested formula.
Well, Peter, that can cause real problems if they're allowed to...
Berbatov! Dimitar Berbatov, brilliant! A finish of true class! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! He gave it plenty and some, thrashed it in.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
He is through here! Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Reinders. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Haaland. Now that's well seen too. Looking for options for movement. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And that's going to be a booking.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
And he's been shifted off it. Now it's Haaland. That's a good ball out wide. Tries to play it through. Reinders. Good read, needed to be. Milan looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Can he latch on to this? And he can clear it away. Just 5 minutes left until the break. And he was quick to react. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. And here's Haaland. Foot in. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Haaland threads one in. Oh, that's an excellent interception. He has found the way, and the shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Saka is offering a wry smile there.
This possibly the last play of the half. Haaland! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. And that signals the end of the first period. Where do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Milan firmly in control at the break, 2-0 the scoreline. The second half is up and running. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's picked his way through. He leaps for it. He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Short changes him with that pass. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the shot! And that's a good finish. It is an explosive start to the second half. A horrible blip. A moment they could well have done without.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Downs. And they've got a throw. Can he get it through? Reinders. Oh, that's fabulous. Judge, surely! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
So, third corner of the game. And that has been cleared. And here's Haaland. Caught offside that time. He's got away. Great vision. Oh, that was vital. Shoots!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Tries to pass it through. Played into the box. Keeper has taken decisive action.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Now it's Haaland. A lot of space ahead of him. Space for him to turn and look. Well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Spread it left. And he's picked it up out wide. Can he get on the end of this? And he's definitely onside. Pings in across. That is a brilliant interception. Now, can they get him away?
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
No, that's been intercepted. Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed markedly within the last few moments.
Well, it has, because the deficit has now been halved, Peter, and because of that, it seems to have developed into some sort of shock for them, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they can take it on from here.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Great ball, and he's in here. Shot at goal!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
The ball has bounced loose now. Saka. Terrific effort! And that really should have been that.
Diouf really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Looking for the run.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Szoboszlai wins the duel this time.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
The final 5 minutes. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. He's in a great position here. Played out towards the right wing. Picked out brilliantly.
Southampton really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Shapes to shoot! And he's stuck it away! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Romero gets across to intercept that. Good ball, good take. And the shot! Euphoria, utopia! And they are cavorting! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. It was casual. And that is as far as it goes. Milan looking by any yardstick formidable, truly enjoyable to watch and clearly so together. That was a terrific day for them. So we're all back together again, fresh still in our minds, those memories, the unbelievable highs, the unforgettable lows. And as the sides return to cross swords for the first time again, we just remind ourselves of the magic of this game. This is what it does to you. It keeps bringing you back, no matter what. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So straight into the action. Now it's Vargas. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. There is the lithe figure of Ed Mielsen.
Well, I think it's his athleticism that's helped him pioneer that style of playing out from the back, probably before the term even existed, Peter. He'll have a massive part to play in ensuring this team keeps its shape.
In what way?
Well, he'll effectively switch between centre-back and defensive midfielder, constantly sniffing out danger, but it's his ability to turn creator when he wins the ball back, which makes him so key.
Yeah, he's got the lot, hasn't he? No wonder his team and indeed his national team have been so successful with him in the side.
Spot on.
That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. And he's there to clear it. And it's played in. Goodell with the clearance. Eder Militao. And this is Hazard. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. In towards the back stick. Impressive jump! Goal! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Sevilla have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their foot...
Tries one from range! Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Longley.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
He has found the way through. Engages and forces him off the ball. Mikel Oyarzabal is the team's great visionary. Alvarez! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Alvarez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And it's been taken short. The cutback. And he gets rid in a hurry. Picked out brilliantly. Hazard! And that's a good finish. And that takes him up to 30. 30 goals for this side. Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
It's shocking. The ease with which he was able to get into the space, and a player of his quality was highly unlikely to miss that.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Here comes the corner. He's there to head it! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Can he get it through? Good ball, good take. Edmilson. And the counter is on.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Sevilla are very well equipped down the flanks. It is a tried and tested formula.
Well, Peter, that can cause real problems if they're allowed to run riot in those positions, whether through direct running or from...
Chance! Sevilla are looking unguarded here, just about getting away with it. And he shoots! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Adams. And Agume. Adams. And that's going wide left. Swings in across. Edmilson. Alvarez. And it's Azar. Looking for the run.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Saviola. And the shot. Tries a shot! Goal! Milan! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Oh, high quality goal. Lovely first touch. Sumptuous second.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Milan leading now.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Looking to play him in. Tries to dink it through. It's a good run, that. Great timing.
I think there were a few doubts for a split second, Peter, as to whether he was offside. I think he really got away with one there.
Camavinga. Azar plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Vargas. And that is the end of the first half. Milan have done it in good style. Forced to come from behind, they find themselves in front at half-time, which is, for them, more or less ideal. The midway point of the game.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
Milan are leading by one in a finely poised game. It's 2-1 at half-time. So right back into the action. Cardoso. Cattell. Agume. And he cuts out the supply. Camavinga. Edmilson. Here's Oyarzabal. And it's Azar. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. He's found a way through. Real chance! No, just not quite.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Eder Militao. Cardoso. Now it's Saviola. Now it's Alvarez. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Great chance! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Vargas has found the net here, of course. Jimenez gets across to intercept that. Camavinga. Here's Oyarzabal. And this is Saviola. And here's Alvarez. Alvarez. Now Cardoso. Knocks it out wide. Now, can they get him away? It's a promising position. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Sevilla choosing to make the first change.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. Tries to get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Agume. Adams. Stood up well to him there. Now it's Alvarez. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Jimenez makes the interception. Cardoso. And it's Camavinga. And here's Alvarez. Oyarzabal. He's having a shot! Oh, how good is he? A finish right from the top draw. And this is getting better and better. He has given that the lot. Bang!
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
Sevilla have opted to make another change here. Milan go up by 2 and are looking good.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Oh, that's fabulous. And the shot! and kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Oyathabal with the short one. Well, that is one way to stop him. Sevilla are looking to go forward now. Into the last quarter of an hour. Now it's Sanchez. Sao. Oh, that's an excellent interception. Camavinga. Edmilson. Opts for safety. Oh, there's a probing ball. More and more pressure on the ball here. Knocks it into space. Now it's Sao. Alexis Sanchez. Alexis, he comes flying in! He will be livid with himself.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Cardoso. Isco. Now Eder Militao. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Ajuke. Nicely weighted ball. And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, good take in a good area. Aimed at the far side. Jimenez clears it away. Chance here to counter. Looking for options for movement. Now it's Alvarez. There will be 4 extra minutes. Plays a sharp little ball here. Now that looks a decent ball. Now can he finish? It's hit the crossbar. And needless to say, that deserved better.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Gallagher. And it's Camavinga. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Milan have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. What a turnaround. Victory from the jaws of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.
Well, I've just got to give them great credit for the way in which they've managed to turn this around. Going behind seemed to strengthen their resolve, and it's been a wholehearted reaction and an absolutely terrific win.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially... He'll try from distance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Rodriguez actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Milan have the chance to go the other way. Now this could be a chance. He's picked his way through. And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. And it's been taken short. There's the delivery. Edmilson! Kermit clears. This looks promising. Shot at goal! Superb goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
So, a breakthrough already. Pass somewhat off target. Saviola. Looking to play him in. Well, that has not gone well. Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Sadiq. Pinches it off him. Mikel Oyarzabal. Now, what about a counter-attack? And Edmilson. Now it's Camavinga. He's got away. Camavinga with impressive jump. But he's left disappointed.
Hazard is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Gaia. Rabasani. Mikel Oyarzabal is always scanning the pitch for top. Saviola! Oh, that was no routine save.
Saviola really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Oyarzabal with the short one. He's on it, and the shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! It's a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
So that's 2 now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Gaia. And Ramazani. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Azar. Edmilson. Ramazani. Rodriguez. Tries to pass it through. Ramazani. Rodriguez. Gaia. That's a good ball out wide. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Great chance! And he can thump it away. He is through here.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
In again. And he's there to belt it away. Ramazani. In with the challenge. And he's had it nicked away. And it's Rioja. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Ramazani. Rodriguez. And that's going wide left. Rodriguez. And a chance! It's a goal! Back within 1! They have them in their sights again! It looked as though it'd gone too wide. He wasn't having that though, and somehow he found the angle.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Now it's Oyarthabal. Looking for options for movement. Takes aim and crosses. Azar! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Gaia. And Ramazani. Sadiq. Ramazani. And it's Azar. And here's Saviola. Rodriguez. We are into stoppage time. Camavinga. And here's Alvarez. Alvarez. He's had a shot! And it's in! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
So the lead now, and that is all they have time for.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Milan largely dominant, up by 2 at the break. The scoreline 3-1. So the action resumes. Now it's Azar, and he's chosen to go back. Looking here to chip it through. Played in. Oh, real chance! Azar! He is just a joy! About as smooth as it gets. And they are disappearing out of sight. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Well, the ball was there to be hit, Peter, but wow, even so, that's never easy. Everything has to be perfect for that to come off.
So now the difference is 3. Gaia. Azar conjures time and space where few can. Now it's Alvarez. Played out to the left flank. Tarega. That's Gaia. Rabasani. Rioja. Oyathabal cuts out the pass. Azar. Cardoso. Alvarez. And it's Azar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Oyathabal finds himself offside. Gaia. Spread out to the left. Ramazani. Now it's Sadiq. He's in a great position here. Chance for a shot! He's got a goal! So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? Edmilson. And this is Saviola. This is good pressing. They're not short on bodies. No outsmarting him this time. Ramazani did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, good effort! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! Devoid of any complexity, but boy was that certain.
Well, when you get service like that into the box, you can't go wrong.
Milan visibly comfortable, now up by 3. Shomer. And it's Gaia. Now it's Sadiq. Azar. Threads one in. Saviola. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Thierry Correa. That's a pretty loose pass. Now there's big chance! And a neat finish! His utter joy! He engages with absolute happiness! More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Valencia choosing to make the first change. This is a gloriously greedy performance.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
That'll be a throw. Plays a sharp little ball here. Great ball if he can get there. Can he finish? And that's wide.
What a fabulous run. OK, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
Valencia have opted to make another change here. Javi Guerra, not the most accurate pass. Saviola, looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Well, he's profited handsomely already in this match, and at last their sense of danger has brought them to a possible solution.
Edmilson. Crossed in once, a header! And that's a tidy finish! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
Milan are having a ball here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well read, nice interception. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Cardoso. It's Camavinga. Edmilson. Alvarez. Now it's Oyarzabal. And here's Alvarez. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Tarrega. And it's Guido Rodriguez. It's a really well-measured ball. Now it's Duro. Azar. Now it's Saviola. Just 5 minutes left. Now Cardoso. Now it's Alvarez. That was good pressing. Forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Now it's Duro. That is good alertness. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Diego Lopez. Eder Militao gets across to intercept that. Hazard, steaming on goalwards. The ball swung in. Tarrega clears it away. It's run loose here. Rodriguez. Javi Guerra. Diego Lopez. It's Saviola! And he's stuck it away. And with that, he takes home the match ball.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Rioja. And it's Guido Rodriguez. And Javi Guerra. And that's it. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Saviola gleefully reminding us of what a superb day he's had at the office. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.